Okay, so what's good, y'all? What's going on? It's been a while since I done posted a YouTube video. Maybe like, I don't know, like 3 months, 2, 3 months. But something happened to me yesterday, so I just kind of wanted to bring this video as a way of kind of expressing myself and getting this out. Um, yeah, just kind of like expressing myself, getting this out, getting the message out, and maybe like it can help y'all even. But you know, the message is don't let, you know, don't let rejection be like greater than regret, like the fear of it. So, what I mean is, don't be scared of rejection more than you're scared of, like, regretting not doing something. And the reason I say this is because, it's not a lot of things in my life that I regret doing, but it's a lot of things in my life I regret not doing, like a lot of actions I regret not taking, a lot of, choices I regret not making. But there's not many choices that I regret, doing. And I think most of the things that I regret not doing, I regret it because it's like I fear, the rejection that comes, the rejection that maybe it'll come from it. So maybe that's why. But, I'm gonna kind of like get to my, backstory, and I'm gonna kind of explain what made me even think of this and kind of like what I experienced. So, I just got off of work today, and, I'm like a cart pusher at Walmart, whatever. But this happened yesterday. So yesterday, right? I was going like shopping and stuff, like trying to find me like some new clothes and stuff to kind of expand my wardrobe. And, I was going to like a few places and things like that. And I was like seeing like people like that I found attractive. So, that's normal, that's natural. But the thing is, I went to this place and I ended up seeing like this girl that I actually knew. And, I done known her since I was in like kindergarten. So I done known her since like kindergarten. And, like I had a crush on her for a while, but I just never made a move. And that's the thing that like hurt so bad. It's like I just let the fear of rejection, I just let the fear just control me and make me freeze, like, and it just hurts so bad to think about, um like I just feel helpless, honestly. When I think about it, I feel helpless. Like I can change that now. By actually like going out and doing things, and by making a decision to do something difficult each day, even if rejection is an option. And even though somebody will say no, like, for example, when I said I seen like the attractive women and stuff, like I could have went and talked to them, and I could have got rejected, and it's okay. But it's just that helplessness, like that regret. And I don't really regret not talking to those, but I do regret not talking to the one that I seen yesterday, the one that I seen her at her job. So I'm gonna kind of like talk about it a little bit more about like the backstory. But basically, I done known her for a while, like since we was like in kindergarten, and and she kind of had like moved in like third grade, you know. But I had like I liked her for a while, and I just never could say like, hey, I like you, or I want to be more than friends or anything like that. But she had moved in third grade, I didn't really see her until again I seen her. The schools had like we had went to the same school again in ninth grade. So so when we went to the same school again in ninth grade, it's like all those feelings kind of like it just started coming back and all that type of stuff. But at the time, she did have a boyfriend at the kind of sort of beginning of the year, or maybe like, yeah, at the beginning of the year, I think she did have a boyfriend. So I didn't really make no moves or nothing, but I was just like a great friend who was great friends and stuff like that. She had broke up with a boyfriend, whatever, taking some time to like, look at herself and all that. And she was like single for like a while, and it's like people would, you know, make moves on her and they would try to talk to her and she would always reject them. But she wasn't one of those people like rejecting people like in a rude way. She was always like kind and she would try to reject them and not hurt their feelings and stuff. So I was like kind of seeing that, and while all this was happening, I had like feelings for her, but it just it was like a lot of things. So I liked her. We was great friends, but I was also seeing how she kept rejecting people just over and over and over and over and over and over. And now at the time, I guess I was like, I felt unworthy, or I felt maybe like, oh, she's rejecting all these people. Why would she, talk to me? Maybe that's how I felt. But, I was like ignoring the signs because she actually would give me signs like that she wanted to be more than friends. Like it's a lot of things like that would go on. Like, for example, like texting me first or like trying to hold my hand or trying to get close to me. Um, Sometimes I even be sitting by myself and she would come over there and sit with me, like just to give me some company. And she would be with her friends, but she would see like I'm by myself or whatever, or I'm like, oh, I got moved to like a certain spot in the classroom because I got in trouble or something. And she would come over there and sit with me, like to give me company. And maybe she was just a great friend. Like I don't know, but I felt like maybe that was a sign. And also, it's another key thing. So she did ask me on a date one time too, and I said I didn't even say no, but I told her I had a basketball game, which I did. But it was like I kind of used it as a way, like I kind of use it as a way to brush it off and to run, because I was afraid, like I was afraid to ruin the friendship. I was afraid to maybe we become more than friends, but then we like break up and now we're nothing. I guess I was afraid of that. But I ended up we didn't go on a date. I never told her how I felt. And that's keep in mind too, this was around COVID, so then we end up getting, school shut down and everything like that. So school shut down. And she was still like texting me like 90% of the time, she was texting me first. And I should have just picked up on it. But I guess I did pick up on it, but maybe I was just scared. I don't know. But she was texting me first, like, so often. She would, like, check up on me. She would, she would try to, like, she would just try to, like, make sure I was good and, things like that. So, you know, slowly over time, like we just stopped talking, and she ended up, dating somebody. She was dating them around like around like maybe like when COVID was like kind of like ending. Well, not ending necessarily, but like um kind of like maybe like the end of 2020. Maybe hold on one second. All right, but maybe like around like August of 2020 is when they started dating. I don't know, but yeah, they started dating, and like we eventually just start talking less and less and less because like I guess she was like talking to her boyfriend, and you know, obviously she don't want to be giving attention to like another person, so we just eventually like stopped talking less and less and less. Um, and then I remember one time she just like straight up unadded me on Snap, and she was still following me on Instagram at the time, but then a little while later she unfollowed me on Instagram. So that's when I just completely stopped. And I was wondering, like, at the time, I was like, dang, what did I do? Like, what was the reason for that? And it was like, it was, I was wondering, did I do something? Or I was wondering, like, was it something that happened that caused her to do that? I just didn't have any answers, and it was just like unresolved. So eventually, I just kind of like, I didn't see her as often. I ain't even see her because like she literally did online classes too, like her whole year, like her whole school year. I mean to say like after ninth grade, she did online classes. So I didn't even get to see her in person until like I remember I did see her like a couple of times around like graduation time. So yeah, I did see her a couple of times and we kind of like brief chats. And then I seen her again after it was at college. It was in college this time. I seen her. And we talked for a while too. We talked for about, 10, 15 minutes. And, it kind of reminded me then, like, what I missed out on. And then I seen her again a few more times, but we just spoke and kept it pushing. And then I seen her again yesterday. And it just brought everything back, like, full circle. Like, all the feelings I had, like, everything, the emotions, the unresolved, actions and unresolved things I didn't even do. It just came coming back to me, and that's the whole reason I'm making this video because I'm really trying to get it out for myself. But hopefully somebody can benefit from this. Don't be like I was. Don't sit there and don't sit there and just run from rejection. Rejection, it'll happen. Like it'll just happen, and it's okay because it's natural. When you get rejected, like rejection is not final, you know? It's not final unless you make it final. Unless you think to yourself, wow, this is it. This is the last, or this is the last opportunity. That's the only time rejection will actually be final, when you give up. So you can apply this to any aspect of life, but I'm gonna just keep going with what I'm talking about. But if it's somebody you want to talk to, if it's like a relationship, you want to talk to somebody, you want to push yourself out there, be more than friends, or you want to grow your relationship or bond with somebody, make those efforts and try, because you don't want to be like me and regretting it, and keep in mind, this same person who she was dating, like she's still dating him, and it's been years now, and that's the thing that hurts the most. Is like, dang, like that could have been me. Like they probably gonna get married and stuff, and I was like, dang, that could have been me. Like even if it don't work out, even if it doesn't work out, it's like it could have been an experience. Like because now we're not even friends no more. So it's like when I was trying to protect the friendship, and y'all excuse me, I got a little mucus, but when I was trying to protect the friendship. When I was trying to protect the friendship, we ended up we're nothing now. We don't talk, but we speak to each other when we see each other. But we don't talk on a regular basis or anything like that. We haven't texted in years, like. But it's like But it's just like that unresolved, that regret. It just hits so hard to me. And maybe I'm doing too much. Maybe I need to get over it. But I don't like feeling. I don't like not doing something that I really wanted to do, but like I didn't do it because I was scared. I don't like that, you know. So, you know, that's my whole point of the video. You know, if it's something you want to do, you know, even break it down. You can even break it down. You don't even have to think to yourself like, oh my gosh, I want to have more. Just like try to make that effort to slowly increase with whatever you can apply this to a relationship. And you can apply this. You can apply this to a relationship. You can apply this to a career, to school, to a video game. You can apply this to life in general. You can literally apply this to anything. If it's something you want, go after it no matter what others may say. Just put that effort out there. Like try. Just try if it's something you really want or somebody you really want. Just try, you know. And maybe it's like it seems so impossible, but count yourself in and think to yourself, I can do it. I can do it. You know, there's no reason I can't. Like, include yourself in the conversation, you know. Maybe it's like, it seems like all the way up here. Or just like go from here to here to here. You know, slowly build yourself up. You know, make the slow progression to where you want to be. And that's pretty much it for the video. You know, that's pretty much all I wanted to say, you know. I just got off of work and, you know, I've been thinking about this since yesterday. You know, it really hurts me and, you know, it's something I've been regretting for a while. So you never know until you actually try. So why not? You know, you got to do something like, you know, so why not just try and fail or try and succeed? Either way, you know, you try and you have your answer, but you're not thinking to yourself, oh man, I could have been talking to her, or we could have been married, or could have had a relationship, or we could have been best friends, or I could have met her family, or whatever. Just try. Or I could have been in this, I could have been in that. Just try. So that's pretty much it for the video. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. And that's been my video. My quick little, you know, conversation to myself and to you and all that about, you know, why regret is worse than rejection and why rejection is not final. So if you like the video, like and subscribe. This is my second video. I'm going to try to upload some more. And if you watch the video all the way through, comment down below that rejection is not final. Comment down below. Rejection is not final. And yeah, again, excuse me, because I got a little mucus. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it for the video. Make sure you like and subscribe. And that's it.